And good morning, good evening, good afternoon, traders and students all around the world. This is FXPassion broadcasting you live on YouTube. And happy Friday, right? It's Friday already. And everybody, if this is your first time, what we are trying to do here, we are trying to build the 3 pillars of a beginner trader. Pillar number 1, we are trying to build a strategy and or a system that it's easy for us to understand, easy to obey. We are trying to learn how risk management works inside our strategy and or system. And the big one, we are trying to learn about psychology, right? Psychology is the big one, how our psychology affects our risk management decisions and our strategy or system decisions. And I have an echo here. So happy Friday everybody, and we're trying to build the 3 pillars with all of these modules here: basic module, beginner module, intermediate module, advanced module. And talking about psychology, right? What do champion beginner traders say? Champion beginner traders say always, I am not going to live and die on a trade by trade basis. And of course this is a quote from Mark Douglas, and I have my own quote here on the left. When the market scares you, right? When the market scares the hell out of you, I cannot say the word, because it's YouTube and they can tear down the video, Anyway, when the market scares you, don't be afraid to do the right thing. Okay? When you lose and you lose and you lose again and you lose again and you lose one more time, and now that we are scared and the crown appears, at the great pivot point or something, don't be afraid, And this is a skill, everybody, this is a skill that we are trying to learn. Zuelius, sextou, happy Friday in Portuguese. How are you? Remember everybody, 90% of traders lose money in the Forex market worldwide. And the webinars are not trading or investment advice. The webinars are for educational purposes only. Don't trade with money you cannot afford to lose. And for homeworks and questions, everybody, you have my Gmail contact, my Skype contact, and 2021 you can follow on TradingView, okay? Not anymore Instagram, Facebook, whatever. We are on TradingView. It's more professional, okay? Just this. That being said, everybody, Tari, are you here, Tari? Canada JPY monthly chart. Let's go on AUDCAD monthly chart. How to trade sideways channel inside a trend. Great title for Tari's questions. Tari, are you here? Okay, so what we are seeing, everybody, it's AUDCAD SL. Hello SL, how are you? It's a beer's day of the beer. Hello SL, how are you? So this is the upper band, everybody, this is the lower band, and it doesn't matter, Tari is going to see the recording, right? So Tari was asking, question was if structure is relevant when trading consolidation, right? Yesterday we were talking about trading consolidation, and AUDCAD, it was in this consolidation for quite a long time. Something like this, clone, it had this one, and maybe clone, we had this one lastly, right? Something like this. So the question was, is structure relevant when trading consolidation? And I answered, sometimes consolidation is structure, okay, and it's a double-edged sword. So on the monthly chart, everybody, this is where consolidation is structure, okay? Consolidation is structure. What does this mean? This means that you should trade, talking about, this is the double-edged sword, you should trade long term in the direction of consolidation, okay? This is what I meant yesterday when when consolidation is structure, you know, like in here, you know, if we are complete beginner traders, you know, or if we are not experienced enough, we are going to most likely try to push the market up and up and up, you know, where this is how the market works probability wise. When once the market hit the upper band, you know, it needs to go to the lower band. Okay, so this is the double-edged sword. And when structure is part of consolidation, or when consolidation is part of structure, the answer is yes. So this would be here. You know, you have structure, and so this is structure. Now something like this can happen, you know, can happen like this, you know, consolidation, you know, this can happen, or something like this can happen, you know, 1 2 3 4 5. Make sense? I mean, you can have consolidation everywhere. This is where, you know, the answer is yes. This is where, you know, to the question, you know, is structure relevant? Here the answer is yes, right? Why is structure relevant here, everybody? And we're going to push to the lesson, is because when you are in a retracement, right? You are in a retracement and we don't see the future. Don't bother, everybody, my cell phone is ringing 24 hours a day. So when we are in a retracement, everybody, then the high, whoops, not the quadrant, the high probability trades would be the shorts. And don't confuse apples with bananas. We are not trading structure, we are trading consolidation. But this is where structure becomes relevant. Or in an extension, right? In a push zone, you know. And remember, we learned how to spot extension like this. Retracement, extension, right? When in a push zone, right? Extension. Now here structure also becomes relevant, because the high probability trades, everybody, you know, are the buys, you know. Make sense, everybody? So this was the answer. Tari sent me an email, you know, asking questions, so hopefully I clarified. Thank you, sir. I will rewatch the recording. Okay, hello Allah, how are you? Tari, hello. Okay, how to trade sideways channel inside a trend, right? Okay, this is what we're talking about. So, and AUDCAT is a great example. AUDCAT, it's a great example. So, let's talk about theory first, and then we're going to talk about the chart. Okay, so we have an uptrend, everybody. Okay, and something like this starting to happen. Okay, we have an uptrend, or maybe we have a downtrend. Okay, and something like this is going to happen, you know. Now, how to trade sideways channel? Those are channels inside trends. Okay, we have a sideways channel, also called consolidation, and this is the channel. Okay, now remember, there are some tricks, right? Let's say that the trend line, it's like this, you know, and beginner traders, we lose money in here. Why is that? Because what do you see, everybody? What do you see? See, everybody? And maybe I should do it like this, you know. Maybe I should do it like this. Okay. If I'm a beginner trader, everybody, what I'm going to do here? if I'm a beginner trader, what I'm going to do here? Am I going to try to take a short trade, or am I going to at least try to buy the market? What I'm going to do here? And let's say that I don't have the bands, you know, I see just this, you know. Remember everybody, you can have 10 people staring at the same chart and they are going to see 10 different things. Passion people talk about, I don't know everything about the market. What is this everything? Is it your experience? Kosnani, I don't understand your question. I don't know everything about the market. People talk about, what are you, I don't understand. Kosnani, would you be so kind and be more specific? You try to short there if you are a beginner, yes sir. Trendline break sell, yes. Okay. Now, most of the time, everybody, remember the market can do anything it wants when it wants. Most of the time, the market is going to do something like this, and bam, we are going to lose. Right? Why was that? Why was that? Why was that, everybody? Hosnani, maybe understand when I say I don't know everything is because I don't have the crystal ball, maybe, and the markets are always changing, you know. What was working 5 years ago doesn't work today, you know. Remember everybody when the pandemic kicked in, how the market was behaving? Was quite different, nah? Was quite different. So you cannot address everybody, you know. If you are an honest teacher, trader, you are going to accept that, well, I don't know everything, you know. And it's true, right? Nobody knows everything. So why did we lose, everybody? We lost. So let's try to, I'm not going to give you the easy answer. Let's try to learn something. Why did we lose? And if you would put, so the question number one, why did we lose? Number two, would you do something different? Would those two bands change anything for you? Would those two bands change anything? Because it was up retracement, consolidation, exactly. Exactly. You know, now sometimes the market does this, right? Sometimes the market is going to do this, you know, and is going to retrace further down, you know, but most of the time, and we are trying really to understand what means a probability game, you know. Sometimes the market does this, you know, but most of the time does not. Okay, sometimes the market does this, but most of the time does not. You know? And remember, you know, if it's going to follow the structure or the trend, you know, it's going to find some level of support sooner or later, and it's going to start to moving back up again. This is how the market behaves. Simple as that. You know? So here is the question. Would this change your visual and thinking? So before you would short the market because we had the uptrend line break. Now, would this change anything, everybody? So who has the greatest force in here? Is the uptrend line break, and it is an uptrend line break, or is the uptrend making higher highs, higher lows? Relevant highs and relevant lows. So in this example, this is not structure anymore, it's a simple trend, okay, and we have relevant highs and lows, and this is going to be shown to us. Yes, we do have a trend line break, yes sir, but in those, between those two, who is stronger, or who's supposed to be stronger, right? Why supposed to be? Because sometimes the market is going to do this, but most of the time not. Uptrend, exactly. Okay, now here is the learning curve, everybody. Here is the learning curve. This is part of the skill. Decide what pattern are you going to trade. Number one, trend. Number two, consolidation. When this is going to happen, everybody, okay, I'm going to delete this one, delete this one, delete this one, delete. This is part of building the skill. As a beginner trader, when you see something like this, you need to decide. It's really a decision. Decide what pattern are you going to trade, trend or consolidation, which one? Trend is stronger than range, yes. So after clarifying everybody that trend is stronger than this sideways channel inside the trend, don't mix apples with bananas, this is not a general concept. When this happens, okay, and we have an uptrend line break, we need to decide, do we want to trade the trend or do we want to trade consolidation? So Tari, Zuelius, Husnaini, Ala, what do you want to trade? Do you want to trade consolidation or do you want to trade trend? Talking about relevant highs and lows. I have a question on the other streaming platform, everybody. Passion, is anything wrong if we trade consolidation? Absolutely not. There is no right or wrong, just we are trying to understand that we have, or we can, trade two different patterns, and because those two patterns are different, they are going to have different stop loss levels and different take profit levels. Make sense, everybody? Now, what is wrong? And here is the education part, you know? Education. Wrong way would be trading the consolidation and I don't know if putting is the correct word in English, and putting the stop loss on the structural low. This is wrong. And one more time, you know, you can accept what we're teaching you. Education. You can accept what we're teaching you. You can reject, you know. This would be the wrong way, you know. I would buy the market or short the market, whatever, and I would put the stop loss below or above the structural low or high. Now I'm mixing apples with bananas. Zuelio says trend, okay? Trade consolidation in the direction of the trend, so trade consolidation. I want to trade trend, I am uncomfortable with consolidation. I often lose money there when I'm okay. Range from bottom to bend in line. But we can trade consolidation in direction. Okay, great. Now let's talk about first about the trend. Is now the right time to enter a trend trade, everybody? Let's see if you learned anything from last year. Tricky question, maybe you remember, maybe you don't. Is now the right time to enter a trend trade? And then we are going to look this on the chart here. It happened. Is now the right time to enter a trend trade? Going long, right? Or short? Guys, give me a second. I need to take something. Okay, sorry about that. Not the right time, says Mohammed. Hello, Mohammed. Maybe in the smaller time frame, but not now. But we can. Okay, so congratulations to everybody. It's not the right time to enter a trend trade, right? Why not? Because you know, if this was the example, right? And if we draw the short-term trend, like higher highs, higher lows, lower highs, higher lows, you know, we learned that we are going to enter when we see a change in the short-term trend, right? So congratulations to you, Mohammed. Congratulations to you, Husnaini. No, wait for up break to trade trend. No, okay, great. Congratulations to you, everybody. So, okay. Now, if a change in the short-term trend happens, just to finish talking about the trend, right? When the change happens, where should the stop loss go? Should the stop loss go here? We're going to call this stop loss number 1. Should the stop loss go here? We're going to call this stop loss number 2. Or should the stop loss go here? Stop loss number 3. So just to finish talking about, so stop loss number 1 and clone, edit label, stop loss number 2 is going to be here, clone, edit label, stop loss number 3, right? So we have a change. Now this is the uptrend line, right? And let's make it a little bit different. So it's going to break the something like this, right? So which stop loss? It's the correct stop loss. Stop loss number 1, stop loss number 2, or stop loss number 3. We clarified, everybody, that now it's not the right time to enter buying the trend, right? Not yet. Stop loss number 2, stop loss number 2, stop loss number 3. Muhammad, stop loss number 2 is the correct answer. Okay. No, Allah, stop loss number 2 is the correct answer, everybody. Thank you for the answers, everybody. Don't be shy, there is no right or wrong, we are here to learn. Why the stop loss number 2? Remember the saying, everybody, Are you familiar with the saying you need to cut your losing trade as soon as possible? Are you familiar, everybody, with let the winners run and cut your losing trade as soon as possible? This quote is generalized, you know, but so to be more specific, this quote should be cut your losing trade as soon as possible, you know, when the market breaks the pattern. Okay, so if I'm trading the black lines, okay, if I'm trading the black lines, oops, not like this, just give me a second. If I'm trading the black lines now, and we are talking about relevant low, relevant high, relevant low. So when the market changes, when the market breaks the relevant low, everybody, this is where we are not in an uptrend anymore. Do you see? Mohammed and Allah, you don't need to wait for the market to go until number 3. Do you see, everybody? So the stop loss number 3, it's not wrong, but cut your losing trade as soon as possible when the market is going to break the structural low. This is an indication then that we are not in an uptrend anymore. Right? Oh, we are in an uptrend. Not anymore. The market is not making higher highs, higher lows. The market just closed a lower low. Make sense, Muhammad and Allah? Does this make sense to you? For the traders that are choosing stop loss number 3, it's okay. It's not wrong, but the best stop loss would be stop loss number 2. Make sense, everybody? But if we give it chance to go up, well, we don't have the crystal ball, Muhammad. Bend with the trend, sure. There is another concept, Muhammad, no? It's trade what you see. Oh yes, but if the market goes up, oh yeah, but it's the market, if, you know, we are trying to base our decision based on what we are seeing, you know. So when the right, it's just an example, when the market breaks a structural low, you don't want to go long anymore, Muhammad, you know. Stoyan, watch and learn, everybody. Hello Stoyan, how are you? Everybody, Stoyan is one of the advanced traders in the Forex course 202. You can ask him a very interesting question. Is it easy, you know, or is it difficult? You know, is it easy or is it difficult? Muhammad, does this make sense to you? The market broke the relevant low, so you don't want to go up anymore. And if the let's say that I'm beginner trader, everybody, and the market's going to do something like this, and I'm going to buy, right? That I'm going to buy, and the market's going to make another higher high, and I won. What is this called? What is this called? Is this called knowledge? You know? I entered against the market was not in an uptrend anymore, but I bought in here, you know, and the market rallied up, you know. What is this called? This is called what? Knowledge or luck? What is this? And remember, especially the market was like this before, you know. It's going to do something like this, and then bam, right? You don't see the future when you trade. The market broke the uptrend line, made a lower low, made a lower high, so we are in a 75 downtrend. Luck, exactly. Okay, so this was not the right time to enter. Okay, so we clarified, everybody, that the stop loss number 2 is the correct place. Okay, now this is about the trend. What about the pattern that it's called consolidation? Is it better to go long, meaning is it better to buy and why, or is it better to sell? Probability wise, everybody, what do you think? What is best? Passion, can I do both? Yes, you can, absolutely. Great question, Hosnaini. Wow, great question. Stoyan, what's the hardest part in achieving consistency? Wow, I love these questions. Now we are getting somewhere. Everybody, what is... So it's not like this, not yet, right? Question number 1, what would be better? Question number 2, can I do both? Can I buy the market at the lower band? And can I short the market at the upper band? Remember, the lesson is how to trade sideways channel inside the trend. Sell, buy in the line with trend, follow the trend. Everybody. So talking about probabilities, right? Talking about probabilities, everybody, when we compare going long and going short, okay, when we are comparing going long and going short, you know, and we learned about past support, you know, talk probability wise, right? Comparing buying the market here or shorting the market, buying the market would be the safest bet. Okay, you can do both, yes sir, but remember, the market, it must wave, so it's just a matter of time that the market is going to break consolidation and is going to continue up most of the time. Why most of the time? Because the trend is stronger compared to the short-term consolidation. The trend is stronger, okay? And when we buy, where does the stop loss go? Should the stop loss go down here below the sideways channel, or should the stop loss go down here below the structural low? Where should the stop loss go? Sell is low probability where compared to the buys, right? Not in general, but compared to the buys, we know that the market most of the time, you know, 7 times out of 10, 8 times out of 10, statistically speaking, you know, the market is going to follow the trend, the upmarket wave, the upmarket structure. Passion, do you take losses during trend reversal, or you manage the trade and still be profitable? Hosnaini, both. Sometimes I have losing trades, sometimes I'm managing them, you know. But I do have losing trades, you know. And you are going to have too, everybody. I have losing trades all the time, you know. And it's normal. And this is a skill, you know. Find a professional trader in your city that you know that works for some institution, you know, not a retail trader in his or her garage. Find a real pro and ask him, do you have losing trades? He's going to tell you, oh yeah, sure, all the time. Below the consolidation bottom band, stop loss number 1. Below the lower low point of range, exactly. So this is the stop loss, right? Okay, not in here. Don't mix apples with bananas here. Okay, now chart. This was the chart back in time, AUD monthly chart, right? And the market just hit the upper band, right? So what is the long-term direction? The market went from the lower band to the upper band, right? So what is the long-term direction? We should look for history price. Sure, whatever is helping you, you know. 1, 2, okay. Now, everybody, I have a trend, but also called structure, okay? But on the monthly chart, we don't see lower lows, lower highs, higher lows. We are just seeing highs and lows. So I'm going to connect the highs and the lows. High to low, high to low. And color code in what? Like this, and transparency. Okay. Yellow color may be better. So everybody, we have a downtrend, right? Down, down, down. Okay. Do you see, everybody? We have a downtrend on the monthly chart. Yes? The market was making lower lows, lower highs. And of course, from the monthly, those are structural highs, you know, structural low, structural high. Okay? But what else can we see, everybody? We are seeing what? What can we see? See, everybody, now it's decision time. What do you want? Do you want to trade structure, or do you want to trade, do you want to trade the trend, yellow one, or do you want to trade the sideways channel? And if you want to trade the sideways channel, called also consolidation, everybody, what direction gives you the better chance? Most of the time, the market is a probability game, for the lack of a better word, you know. Most of the time, 7th out of 10, 6th out of 10, 8 out of 10, the market is going to move accordingly as it does always. 75 consolidation, no, it's 100% consolidation, Tari. Great comment, but it's 100%. We have a confirmed consolidation. We have a low, we have a high, we have another low at the same level, more or less, and we have another high. So consolidation, it's confirmed. Sideways channel down direction, right? Direction down. Okay, so this is the monthly chart, right? Now let's go on the daily chart. Let's go on the daily chart, everybody. You know, so this would be a trade, right? And remember, we are on the monthly and daily just to show you better. You know, this happens on all time frames, everybody, and all currency pairs. Okay, so this is the daily chart, just an example, and you know, we are seeing, right, the change in the short-term trend. The markets make higher highs, higher lows, hit the band and start making lower lows, lower highs. So this would be an entry, stop loss above in here somewhere, right? Just graphically, not to waste time to the pips and calculations. And let's see how this is going to play out. You know, the market is falling, going up, retesting, you know, falling down, you know, falling down, and now this is the band, everybody. Okay, we would need to manage our trade, of course, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, until in here. Then the market change, start making higher highs, higher lows. So number one, can we go long? And number two, should we go long? And there is no right or wrong. It depends on your trading style, everybody, and it depends on your strategy. So okay, this was a winner, you know, this was a winner. We managed our trade correctly. This was a winner. Okay, now should we go long? Can we go long? What should we do? The market's making higher highs, higher lows. What should we do? Muhammad, my friend, let's go long in here. Allah, let's go long in here. Husnain, Italian, Zuelius and SL they don't want, but me and Muhammad and Allah, you know, I don't know your age, Muhammad, but let's say, well, the old guys, you know, the old guys, we are getting long in here, right? Not the new ones, you know, right? Or anybody younger, do you want to go long? As well as no, no way. Why not? Look at the range. How many pips? 250, approximately 800 pips of potential profit, everybody. Follow the direction structure. There is only to not use, there's any to not use stop loss. Muhammad, no. Don't ever think about not to use the stop loss. Everybody, forget the gurus, right? Forget the gurus. Just call Warren Buffett, you know, or George Soros, the big names. Call Warren and said, Warren, man, do you use the stop loss or not? What do you think he's going to tell you? Guys, there are no fancy strategies and robots and expert advisors and books that are going to make your life easier. You know? You are not going to invent the wheel or the hot water. Believe me. Believe me because I tried, you know? The old concepts from 50 or 100 years ago still are standing. All the new age, you know, the super mega robot, Forex, unicorn, JP Morgan Chase, Ducascopy systems, you know, don't work. My opinion, of course, you know, maybe some quant in a laboratory is going to program something, you know, but until proven contrary, the old concepts are staying. Use the stop loss, everybody. Or any kind of technique as it matter, you know. Stop loss, hedge, whatever. But don't leave your account opened. You know, like no protection. Okay? So, can we buy? Yes, we can. Should we buy? Well, probability wise, better not to. But let's say, you know, I'm an old guy and I'm going to enter here. Stop loss somewhere down here. Let's see how what is going to happen, you know. Market moving up, 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 and you know, it gave me some money, right? Now we are going to short one more time. You know, market went up, higher, whoops, higher. So see everybody, now this is the, let's compress the chart, right? Compress the chart. Now we have a higher range. Okay, we are here, we established a higher range and we had a trend line break just briefly, right? Not the perfect one. And we shorted the market, you know, and the market was falling and falling and moving up, you know, sideways, retesting the upper band, retesting the upper band, you know, retesting the upper band, and slowly and steadily falling down, everybody, and moving up, you know, one more time, and retesting and moving down, you know, and where is the, so I didn't have the chance, right? But so this was the range and this was the range, you know, and we had another smaller, let's clone this one, clone, and we had another smaller range in here, right? Smaller range, and one more time, you know, I would be most likely buying against the trend, right? So I would be going long in here one last time, and I would what? What would happen? This is not straight, this is not straight, you know. I was doing both, right? I was buying, let's change colors here. So I was buying here, making money, maybe not buying here, but I was buying here on the second time, maybe making some money, but I would be buying here. If I would not manage correctly, I would lose in here, and for sure I would buy in here. And one more time, you know, if I would not, or I would buy in here too. Every time that the market would change the short-term trend, I would be doing both, right? Why? Well, because I can, you know. Now, should I? Well, talking about probabilities and comparing the long with the short, maybe this was not the best way, because we are learning, and where is the theory? We are learning, and hopefully, let's go back on the monthly. We are learning, and hopefully we learned that it's just a matter of time that the market is going to follow the trend. So can I do this? Yes, I can. It's my decision, but I need to keep in mind, everybody, that consolidation and AUD-CAD daily chart is just an example. You are going to find this kind of behavior on every time frame, you know. I can do this by, I need to be cognitive, you know. I need to be aware that it's just a matter of time, because the yellow line, the trend, the structure is down. It's just a matter of time that the market is going to do something like this. Can you understand this, everybody? Does this make sense to you, or it's too complicated? Is M and W patterns work? Well, this is a general question, you know, so I'm going to give you a general answer. Yes, most likely most of the time. But remember, different patterns have different rules. Where to enter, how to enter, when the stop loss, where to profit take. What is the best time frame for you? To analyze or to trade, Mohammed? Everybody, so one more time, you know, general question. What is the best time? Your best time, everybody, it's according to your trading style. Okay? So for the swing traders, would be analyze the monthly, analyze the weekly, analyze the daily, and depending on the capital that you have, demo account, you know, then trade from the 2-hour chart, 4-hour chart, 1-hour chart. My trading time frame is the 4-hour chart, Mohammed. Now, if you're a scalper, the monthly and the weekly are not relevant. If you're an intraday, meaning you are closing all your positions during the day. You know, the monthly and the weekly are not that relevant. You are more focused on the daily, on the 4-hour chart, and you would be trading from the 15-minute chart, 1-hour chart, whatever, you know. If you're a scalper, you are trading on the 15-minute chart, 5-minute chart, you know, whatever. You are not going to look the monthly. Okay? So, Mohammed, there is no answer to this. It depending on your trading style. It depends on your strategy, you know. But I am entering most of the time from the 4-hour chart. Most of the time. Depending on the strategy, depending on the pattern traded. If you're a news trader, you know, a different trading style again. News traders, they don't care about monthly, weekly, daily. What they care about is the 15-minute chart. Most of them. Why is that? Because statistically speaking, guys and girls, the news trade has an effect up to 7 hours. Anything and everything that happens after the 7th hour, it's not news related anymore. So a news trader would not, you know, it doesn't matter the class, it doesn't matter the education, you know, or analyzing charts. A news trader would not bother with monthly, weekly and daily. Not even, I mean, he's not bothering either with structure and trends. Make sense, everybody? There is no one simple answer to those kind of questions. Okay? And what we are trying here to learn is to understand how the market behaves, how the market works. We are trying to learn all the tricks about the market in order for us to build our own strategy. And it's a simple decision, you know, it comes to decision making, you know. So I am going to trade from the 1-hour chart, it's a decision. I am going to enter from the daily chart, it's a decision. I am going to trade only and only the original Fibonacci from the daily chart, it's a decision. I'm going to trade everything and anything, you know, it's a decision. I'm going to trade only extensions and not retracements, it's a decision, guys. There is no one general answer to that. And if you are going to stay enough long, talking about years in the markets, you are going to see that sometimes, time to time, what was working 5 years ago, it's not working anymore. And last year pandemic was a great example. For the first 3-4 months, how was the market? The market was kind of sideways, right? Why? Because all the players were like uncertain, you know, what is happening, how the world is going to look like, you know, what the countries are going to do, what is going to be the economic policy of the country regarding to the pandemic. So in those times, you know, unprecedented times, you can bet, you know, you need to have experience, of course, but you can bet that you need to be careful and try to think out of the box, because maybe the sideways channel is not going to behave, you know, like we expect, or maybe some trend or structure is not going to behave like it behaved before. Does this make sense to you guys, or am I talking nonsense? Does this make sense, guys? About the general question, you know, what is better, what should I do, what time frame, what strategy, you know, what is best for me? Make sense? This is what, you know, me personally, this is what attracts me to the markets, because they are always changing. There is always something to learn. You can ask professional traders, you know, the old guys, you know, they have 50, 60, 70 years still trading, you know, you can ask them, man, why are you still trading? You know, you don't need to. You have enough money, and most likely he's going to tell you, oh, the markets are interesting to me. It's interesting to me to see how they change, how they develop, how they move. And you would ask, you know, as I did, you would ask like a question, well, it's not always the same, and they would say, yes, most likely, but not always. Okay, everybody, enough for Friday talk. Happy Friday, let's relax and see you back on Wednesday, okay? This year we have classes Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, okay? Watch these recordings a few times in order to learn. Send questions to the email if you want, and see you back on Wednesday, okay? Until Wednesday, everybody, stay